What if the two most dominant lightweights of all time fought at their absolute peaks? No injuries, no bad weight cuts, no distractions. Prime Conor McGregor, Prime Khabib Nurmagomedov. This time, there's no trash talk, no crowd bias, just cold data. Using AI fight simulation models, historical footage, performance statistics, and stylistic tendencies, we simulated how this matchup would likely play out if both men were at their absolute prime. First, the AI defines what prime means for each fighter. For Conor McGregor, that prime comes from 2015 to 2016. This was Conor at peak speed, timing, and confidence. His left hand was one of the most dangerous weapons in MMA history. His counter-striking was elite, and his movement allowed him to control distance better than almost anyone. This was the version that knocked out Jose Aldo in 13 seconds and completely dismantled Eddie Alvarez. For Khabib Nurmagomedov, his prime spans from 2018 to 2020 during his undefeated championship reign. This was Khabib at maximum strength, endurance, and pressure. His wrestling was suffocating, his top control was relentless, and his pace broke opponents both physically and mentally. This was the Khabib who dominated Barboza, submitted Poirier, and finished Gaethje with ease. Once those versions were set, the AI compared both fighters across key categories. Conor held clear advantages in striking, speed, and precision. Khabib dominated wrestling, control, and pressure. Cardio leaned slightly toward Khabib, while fight IQ was elite on both sides, with Khabib maintaining a small edge due to his discipline and consistency. The simulation begins with both fighters on the feet. From the opening seconds, Prime Conor controls the range. His stance is wide, his hands are low, and his timing is sharp. Khabib advances patiently, chin tucked, hands high, absorbing information. Conor lands first a clean left hand, then another. For the first 2 minutes, the AI shows Conor winning the striking exchanges, landing over 60% of his significant strikes early. Khabib takes the shots but doesn't slow down. Then the fight shifts. Conor throws a spinning kick slightly mistimed. Khabib reacts instantly, closing distance and initiating a takedown. This isn't a single shot, it's a chain. A single leg becomes a body lock, and the body lock turns into pressure against the cage. Conor defends well early, landing elbows and framing for space. But the AI shows Khabib's grip, strength, and persistence eventually winning the exchange. The takedown is secured on the ground. Conor stays composed. He scrambles, avoids submissions, and survives the round without taking major damage. Still, he spends too much time underneath Khabib, and the AI gives the first round to Khabib. Round 2 begins with a noticeable change. Conor becomes more cautious, and his output drops. The threat of the takedown limits his freedom on the feet. Khabib increases his pressure, wastes less time striking, and shoots earlier in the round. Another takedown comes quickly, and this one is worse. Khabib passes guard almost immediately, moving into dominant positions with methodical control. The AI highlights a key factor here: time under pressure. Even Prime Conor begins to fatigue, not because of poor conditioning, but because Khabib drains energy in ways few fighters can. Short punches, heavy pressure, no space to breathe. As the round progresses, the AI shows Conor's reaction speed dropping. His movements slow just enough for Khabib to advance position. The pressure never stops. The simulation shows two likely endings from this point: a submission or a ground and pound stoppage. In most simulations, the fight ends here. Khabib advances to mount, Conor defends, but the damage builds. The shots keep coming, and there's no clear escape. The AI calls it TKO in round 2. When all simulations are complete, the verdict is clear. Prime Conor McGregor has real chances. In nearly 20% of simulations, he finds the knockout early and wins decisively. His power and precision are always a threat, but Prime Khabib Nurmagomedov only needs one mistake. Across all runs, Khabib wins the majority of the time, not because Conor lacks skill, but because Khabib controls where the fight takes place. Once he gets his hands locked, the dynamic of the fight changes completely. This doesn't take anything away from Conor's greatness. In his prime, he was one of the most dangerous strikers the sport has ever seen, but Prime Khabib operated on inevitability. Once he touched you, the fight was never the same. So now it's your turn. Who wins at their absolute peak? Prime Conor or Prime Khabib?